Red, my nigga. Cold red. And caught me slipping. I need to know, turkey or no turkey. And I ain't talking about no cheese sandwich. It's some real shit, bro.
LeBron James, the Lakers head coach, saying he is out for personal reasons. It's an excused absence. However, social media trying to connect it to a resurfaced clip where James joined Diddy Combs on a live stream and said, quote, "Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party." I think that went viral. I remember when he said that years ago.
It all began like a harmless joke between two players, just a lighthearted live stream about hairlines and turkey trips. But by the end of that week, Jaylen Brown had done what no one else in the NBA ever dared to do. He didn't just throw shade. He threw a whole spotlight on LeBron James. And not about basketball, but about his secret ties to the one man now sitting behind bars, the same man who once ruled music and now can't even protect himself, Sean Diddy Combs. What looked like a funny moment suddenly exploded into a scandal so deep it's shaking both sports and music. Jaylen stopped laughing. He said he's done playing nice. When Diddy was sentenced in October to over 4 years in federal prison for his role in that wild criminal operation involving coercive private encounters and cross-state activities, most celebs ran for cover. They deleted photos, unfollowed him, went ghost. But LeBron, silent, not a word for months. Even when old clips resurfaced showing him cheering with Diddy, praising those legendary parties, and saying that now infamous line, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party," he stayed quiet. Back then, nobody thought twice. But now that Diddy's so-called freak-off events are literally mentioned in federal documents, that silence sounds suspicious as hell. People close to Jaylen Brown say his Twitch stream, where he joked about calling LeBron for hairline advice, wasn't just a joke, it was bait. He wanted LeBron to respond, to slip, to expose something. And when LeBron ignored him, Jaylen told teammates, "The King's scared to talk, his man's locked up." 2 days later, Brown doubled down, saying off camera, "People don't even know half of what bro did with Puff." And the timing couldn't have been worse for LeBron. Diddy had just been sentenced, and the FBI was hinting at a new wave of sealed indictments tied to his entertainment empire. Court reporters whispered that those documents even mentioned professional athletes connected to Combs Enterprises. That's when LeBron's name started floating again. Quietly at first, then louder when Damon Jones got arrested. Jones isn't just some random ex-NBA guy. He's LeBron's old teammate, his workout buddy, and the man federal agents say sold inside info about LeBron's injuries to gamblers. On February 9th, 2023, just 2 days after LeBron broke Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time scoring record, Jones allegedly texted a bettor saying, "Get big money on Milwaukee tonight. Bron's sitting out, ankle sore." That info was never public. Lakers lost, gamblers won, and Jones pocketed $2,500 from that one text.
Sources told the Post that Jones sent a message to one of the betting ring members on February 9, 2023, urging him to place a large bet on the Lakers' opponent, the Milwaukee Bucks, because James would be out with an injury that night.
Now, the feds never charged LeBron, but the documents literally label him the player discussed. The Justice Department called it unauthorized dissemination of non-public information. Sounds technical, sure, but people tracking this case saw it as a straight line connecting LeBron's inner circle to a full-blown organized gambling network with mafia ties. And guess what? Some of those same names are now tied to Diddy's shell companies. When the Eastern District unsealed more documents, they listed Damon Jones, Chauncey Billups, and Terry Rozier among 34 people arrested. Jones was described as the bridge between active players and outside bettors.
Individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today. Former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing.
Witnesses even said Jones used to strut around Vegas casinos puffing cigars, bragging he was LeBron's best friend, using that bond like a business card to score trust from big money gamblers.
The first indictment involves 6 defendants. This scheme is an insider sports betting conspiracy that exploited confidential information about National Basketball Association athletes and teams.
That image doesn't fit the LeBron James the public worships, a family man, philanthropist, and champion for fair play. But that's exactly why Jaylen Brown's words hit like a bomb. By mid-October 2025, right after Diddy's sentencing and the NBA gambling chaos, Jaylen started posting cryptic emojis, clocks, cages, and one line that said, "The truth looks different when your bodyguard's gone." Fans thought he was just throwing shade, but insiders say he was talking about Diddy being locked up and LeBron suddenly having no protection. One source said, "All those NDAs don't mean a thing when subpoenas start flying." We've seen this play out before. Big stars protected by loyalty until that loyalty cracks. Federal sources told reporters that agents are now reviewing messages between people in Diddy's world and contacts inside the Lakers organization. No official charges on LeBron yet, but an alleged leak labeled him a person of interest in a separate probe over financial transfers between entertainment and sports ventures. That phrase alone set the internet on fire. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver looked tense when he finally spoke on the gambling issue, saying, "Nothing matters more than the integrity of the game." But he refused to name LeBron. Behind the scenes, execs whispered, "No one's untouchable anymore." That same day, federal agents raided 2 LA properties linked to Damon Jones's associates. And then, boom, a photo resurfaced of LeBron at one of Diddy's infamous private parties. This one went viral as the maid's dress photo. People claimed it was fake, others swore it wasn't. But the timing was brutal. Former Diddy employees were already talking about the strange rituals at those events. Suddenly, that picture didn't feel so funny. LeBron's PR team said nothing and even canceled a radio interview. Meanwhile, Jaylen Brown was having the time of his life. On live stream, he laughed, "Only code red, they caught me slipping." Fans thought he meant his hairline again, but insiders said it was a coded jab, like he knew more than anyone imagined. A few days later, he told teammates he'd been told to stay quiet because it's about to get real. That moment lined up exactly with the leaked person of interest document. By late October, sports media started putting the puzzle together. Diddy in prison, Damon Jones indicted, Jaylen Brown throwing shade, and LeBron's name swirling in silence while the NBA drowns in a gambling storm. Then came the resurfaced videos, LeBron and Diddy laughing, hugging, toasting. Fans started connecting dots no one wanted to see. What once looked like separate scandals suddenly felt like one giant spiderweb of influence, stretching from the darkest sides of the music world straight into professional basketball. Sources who used to work for Diddy claim they saw guest lists filled with big names, athletes, execs, performers, all now being examined by investigators. One of those names? They say it's LeBron James. They even claim Diddy kept those lists as leverage, his insurance in case anyone ever turned against him. Now that he's locked up and allegedly being targeted inside prison, those files might become bargaining chips. If he starts naming names for leniency, every single contact could get dragged under the microscope.
Known that I've talked for a while, a lot of people are buzzing that Diddy's former BFFs are real quiet.
And they have been.
And people were wondering why and who's the next to fall. And then Jay-Z comes out, and then LeBron James says, "I'm stepping away for excused personal reasons." And people are going, oh, what is going on?
And Jaylen Brown seems to be hinting that's exactly what's happening. His posts, walls closing in, masks falling, sound less like jokes and more like warnings. Because this isn't just gossip anymore. It's becoming a federal-level mess. Diddy's empire is collapsing, his friends are flipping, and agents are picking apart every entertainment sports transaction they can find. If even one cooperating witness mentions LeBron's name, the fallout could rock the entire NBA's image forever. So here's where things get even darker.
Tick-tock, tick-tock, the clock is ticking on Diddy because on Friday he finds out what his sentence is going to be, but today he found out what prosecutors would like that sentence to be, and it is vastly different from what his attorneys have suggested to the judge. Prosecutors want him to do 11 years, just over 11 years.
Right after the headlines about Diddy's sentencing started to fade, his legal team began moving in silence, sending out subtle warnings that there were still sealed secrets in those federal files. And the way they said it, it wasn't about appealing the case, it was about leverage. People close to Diddy claim that behind those prison walls, he's been talking. And guess whose name keeps coming up? According to 2 reporters following the case, it's LeBron James. That's why LeBron's silence suddenly feels strategic. Not shock, Not outrage, just quiet calculation. Because when your former mentor starts hinting that he's ready to drag everyone down with him, staying quiet doesn't look classy anymore. It looks prepared. Inside sources from the U.S. Attorney's Office say investigators are now reviewing years of Diddy's financial records that connect to several professional athletes. The transactions were labeled as consulting retainers, travel stipends, and event coordination. One even lined up perfectly with the week LeBron appeared on a live stream celebrating Diddy's birthday. Coincidence? Maybe. But the FBI doesn't believe in coincidences when it comes to money trails and celebrity connections. And remember Damon Jones, the same guy busted for leaking LeBron's injury details? It turns out he might have been trading something way more dangerous than game day info. A Vegas witness told agents that Jones would brag about knowing everything happening in LeBron's personal life, even claiming he had stories worth more than any bet. Those conversations reportedly happened inside the same high-stakes poker circles now tied to mafia-linked betting networks. In those rooms, info was currency. And the names getting passed around weren't just athletes, but their families, business partners, and even travel companions. That's when Jaylen Brown's cryptic post, "All the dirty deeds are coming out," starts to sound way more serious. What if he wasn't talking about gossip, but about evidence? Real data, messages, photos, even flight records being traded behind the scenes. Insiders whisper that Damon Jones kept digital backups, private texts, pictures, itineraries from LeBron's trips with entertainment figures tied to Diddy's circle. If that material ever lands in federal hands, lawyers say it could be a credibility grenade. Once it explodes, there's no PR move on earth that can save a superstar's image. And while all this chaos builds, things behind prison walls are getting wild too. Reports say Diddy woke up one morning with a blade pressed to his throat inside the Metropolitan Detention Center. At first, everyone thought it was fake news. But then a longtime friend confirmed it to the Daily Mail, and federal sources quietly backed it up. That changed everything. Suddenly, this wasn't just about survival in prison. It was a warning. Some believe it was a message. Don't talk. Because if Diddy starts naming names, too many powerful people have everything to lose. It's chilling, honestly. A man once accused of controlling others, now trapped, terrified, and forced to choose between loyalty and survival. Meanwhile, Jaylen Brown just keeps stirring the pot.
So he put his hands on females, put his hands on producers, executives. That's just his. I guess that's what the whole name Bad Boy comes from. That people don't really understand. What is it? What is a bad boy? Why did he choose that name? Like he never really gave a clear definition of how he feels about that name. Not yet.
His posts have gotten even darker, talking about truth season, snakes in corners, and masks falling.
Hey LeBron, how you doing tonight, man? Yo, you wish Diddy happy birthday, man? Where do you get the man that has everything, LeBron?
People close to him say he truly believes the NBA protects its chosen ones, and his only weapon is exposure. It's risky, calling out one of the most powerful figures in basketball while the feds are circling, but Jaylen seems ready for whatever's coming. Every time he posts, LeBron's silence feels heavier. Fans are watching every move, every emoji, every word, and it doesn't help that Diddy's legal team has been leaking whispers about high-profile witnesses ready to cooperate. If even one of them links Diddy's financial dealings or private parties to big names who look the other way, the consequences won't stop at music.
Did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA? But we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Casa Nostra, to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families.
If prosecutors find that LeBron's connections to Diddy's network weren't just casual, if they can prove proximity, motive, or even knowledge, the story flips instantly. Suddenly, celebrity networking becomes evidence. But that's not all. Court filings also revealed that some of Diddy's companies funneled money into entertainment consulting firms that also worked on NBA sponsorship campaigns. One consultant, now cooperating with the feds, allegedly handled both Combs Enterprises and a marketing venture partially funded by one of LeBron's foundations. That's a paper trail that's hard to explain away.
And Diddy claimed that somebody held a knife to his throat. He woke up and this guy basically had him and he had the knife, and Diddy was at this person's mercy. Now, it's unclear what exactly happened from there. Was there a guard that came in? Did Diddy somehow fight this person off? Well, it seems unlikely that happened. Or did the person just leave? Bottom line, this guy, at least according to people close to Diddy and Diddy himself, could have hurt him badly or even taken his life.
Now, Diddy's post-sentencing life is strict. 5 years supervised release, counseling, random searches. But word is, he's already dictating a tell-all manuscript from behind bars. He's calling it his truth. And if that truth contains the names of stars who joined his infamous freak-off events or benefited from his connections, the silence around LeBron starts to sound a whole lot like fear. People close to LeBron say he's been told not to say anything. No posts, no interviews, no statements, just go dark. And that's exactly what he's done. The Kings camp has gone completely quiet. No tweets, no comments, nothing. It's ironic, right? In court, the judge told Diddy that his crimes were all about subjugation and control. But now those same words hang over everyone who was part of his world, even unknowingly. So the question everyone's whispering is this: if LeBron was even slightly connected, what happens when the truth comes out? When those walls close in, when the files drop, will the world's most celebrated athlete be remembered for his records or for the secrets he never confessed? We've seen scandals before, but this feels different. You've got a music mogul behind bars, an NBA icon under suspicion, and a teammate turned whistleblower lighting matches in public. It's the kind of storm that changes reputations forever. So we have to ask, if those files Diddy's holding really name LeBron, how long can silence protect him? Because this story ain't done yet. It's only getting juicier. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you're keeping up with the madness, and drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think is really going on behind the scenes? I'm your host from Pop Juice Exposed, and trust me, the next drop's about to be even juicier. See you on the next one.